Harmonizers, welcome to this video with Alfie the Mustang, who's the Mustang that I tamed last year. And now he is taking care of my 5-year-old daughter, that's little Evelyn, that's riding Alfie. And we are all decorated and ready for our obstacle and fun show, which we do around Halloween time. And make it all festive. We went out and got so many pumpkins, which is fantastic for the decorations, but also the chickens get to enjoy them afterwards, which will be super fun. And you get to kind of see the fun that we do with different types of obstacles. So lots of different ideas here of things that you can do, but also just what a saint Alfie has become. He is so tolerant and a great teacher and really doing just amazing well. And Evie just really loves him. And there's lots of different obstacles. So here, for example, a really easy one that you can set up at home. You just take 4 poles, or if you don't even have poles, you could use lead ropes or something, as long as it's nothing that can get wrapped around your horse's leg. And you try turning around inside the box. And the reason why he kind of pulled his head a little bit there is because when you're doing a tight turn like that, it's important to pull and release in time with their feet. So not just pull and hold the whole time, but they need to have little reassurance every now and again, a little bit of breathing room to turn a little bit. So it's a bit of a process and things for them to do. This is another great fun one. You can take a couple barrels, or if you have jump standards, and you can put something on it that you transfer from one thing to the other. In this case, we used a stuffed toy. I think that's super cute that Alfie wanted to spin the little wheel there, and gives you a fun thing. And you can do different types of objects to move. So for example, we've got a stuffed toy, but you can use like a rain jacket, or you could use something else just to have something with a little bit of noise or a different texture or a different color. And this is another easy one you can set up. This is a walk around. In our case, we decorated it with a bunch of pumpkins as well as a tarp over a barrel. And then the little cavalettis on the side are to help make sure that you stay close enough to the object to get your horse to go within a more narrow space. So it's a pretty easy one that you can set up, and you can have fun decorating it with lots of different things. We've got our checkerboard, which is just a piece of plywood that's been painted to have those checkers, and makes it a little bit different. And now we are on show day. So this is Evelyn's obstacle round with Alfie. So I thought I'd let you guys see it. And it's interesting because you get to see different riding from Evelyn. Like, she obviously gets nervous and he gets distracted, and so it's not always the best riding. But you know what? I think this will be fun for her to see when she is much older. And you might be like, oh my gosh, that's really awkward in some spots, or she pulls a little hard. It's like, yeah, she's nervous, she's got her reins all awkward, and I kind of forgot to switch out the reins. I have reins that have knots specifically where your hands go, and I didn't switch them over to what she has, so her reins sometimes get a little bit long. You will see that coming up, where it's not the best riding scenario for her. And Alfie is so cute because he kind of looks and he tries to think about where he's going, and he'll look at me sometimes like, am I supposed to go over here? But then you can see, because her reins aren't quite right, she has a treble here at the box. I come in to just help her, and Alfie's like, I don't really know where I'm supposed to go. It's one of the things that I really love about him, that he's always been really kind of, yeah, whatever, just kind of moseying along. So even though her reins can get long and she's kind of pulling like that, he doesn't get really upset or anything. He just kind of walks along, and he's pretty happy to just do his stuff. Now keep in mind that he is riding in a hackamore, so there is no bit, which you can still, be a little bit firm on a horse with a hackamore, but it's definitely not the same as when you have a bit inside the horse's mouth. And so like that is super awkward back up. Like, she is leaning super far back. And it's just because her reins are super long. So definitely not a graceful backup, but I left it in there for you guys to see, just because, this is the now 5-year-old Evelyn. And as she gets older, hopefully those stops will get better. She'll get better at holding her reins at a better length, which when we're in lessons, we work on that, which she does not ride super regularly. So let's not have some harsh judgments there, because when we're young and we're learning, or even when we're older and we're learning, it takes time to practice these skills and get them better and softer and prettier, all of those little pieces. But Alfie is such a great little teacher because you could see he didn't really do anything. He didn't shake his head at her. He was just like, this is awkward. Okay, backing up. And he was like, yep, all right, doing the rest of the tasks here. It's super cute. He wanted to check out the pumpkin there. So he's going around really nicely. He's really come to be this fantastic little Mustang horse. Definitely one of the best Mustangs that I've had. This course finished with the little tiny jump as well as the rope gate, which we hadn't practiced before. So this was new for Evelyn. So a little bit of a tight turn there. And you can see how he just kind of plods along, trotting over the little raised log. And then this was tricky for Evelyn because she's got short little arms. And so trying to get Alfie to be close enough that she could reach was really tricky. Definitely when you're a little person or when you've got really short arms, then it's a hard thing for you to reach down and get that. You kind of have to get the horse right there. So I came in and just helped with that little bit. We end up needing to go around the corner. So sometimes if a horse isn't lined up quite right, it's harder to ask them to side pass over, especially when you're a learning little rider. And so it's easier to just turn around the corner and just try to line yourself up so you're a little bit closer. So that's a good little tip to keep in mind when you're working with some horses, just working on stopping close to the objects. And so we have this in as a beginner obstacle. And then kind of fun later in the day, he got to dress up as a motorcycle or a dirt bike rider in the costume class, and they won the class. Thanks for watching.
Remember to subscribe and check out harmonyhorsemanship.com for even more learning.